students, I am Dr. Rajneesh Kumar, working as associate professor in NIT Pharmacy Institute, Greater Noida. So, we have in the last lecture we have discussed about the optical isomerism, enantiomer, diastereomers, meso compounds. Then we also discussed about the chiral and the achiral molecules along with the elements of symmetry. In elements of symmetry, we had a talk on different elements of symmetry like axis of symmetry, plane of symmetry, center of symmetry and alternating axis of symmetry. In that lecture, I have told you about the conditions required for the presence of optical activity in a particular molecules. Okay. So, two conditions were there. One is the presence of chiral carbon, the second is absence of element of symmetry. So, in continuation with those lecture, as per the syllabus of pharmaceutical organic chemistry 3rd, subject code BP 401, we will discuss the next topics in optical isomerism, which mainly contain sequence rule, which is also known as Kohn in-log pre-log system, CIP system. Okay. Then we will discuss about the nomenclature of the optical isomers, okay, which generally contain two types of system. One is relative system of nomenclature or the relative system of configuration of optical isomers, that is DL system, and the remaining is known as the absolute system of configuration or the absolute system of nomenclature of optical isomers, which is also known as the RS system. Okay. Now, before wasting time, we just coming to the point. Okay. So, as I told you that there are two types of configuration. One is relative configuration and the second is absolute configuration. So, relative and absolute configuration of a compound tell about the spatial arrangement of atoms or groups around the center chiral atoms. Okay. Relative configuration is called relative because here we relate the arrangement of a particular hydroxyl group with the lowest possible carbohydrate, that is glyceraldehyde. So, relative configuration is a comparison of the spatial arrangement of a attached atom or group of two different chiral center. One is the molecule for which we are comparing, and the second molecule is of glyceraldehyde through which to which we compare the first molecules. Okay. Relative configuration is a geometrical property which do not have change on reflection. The DL system is usually known as the relative configuration, because we relate the configuration of one molecule with the another molecules. The absolute configuration is the precise arrangement of a atom in 3-dimensional space. The RS stereo descriptors or nomenclature system for chiral molecule is known as the absolute configuration. Okay, because here in this system we are not going to relate the arrangement of the groups or atoms in a particular molecule with any other molecules. Okay. We nomenclate the molecule in RS system with the help of sequence rule or the CIP rules. The absolute configuration change on the reflection. Please note, this is very important. On reflection, the absolute configuration change in a particular molecule. Now, an absolute configuration refer to the spatial arrangement of a atom of a chiral molecule entity or group and its stereochemical description. For example, R is rectus, okay, or S is sinister. You already know about that. The arrangement of atoms in an optical active molecule based on a chemical interconversion from or to a known compound is relative configuration. Okay. Because there is no way of knowing just by looking at the structure whether the assignments of plus or minus is correlated to a particular isomer, that is R or S. R and S notation are used only to describe asymmetric molecule following Kohn in log pre-log sequence rule, that is CIP sequence rules, as I told you. So, before going into a relative configuration system, we must know about the sequence rule, which is also known as the CIP sequence rule, or we can also known as the Kohn in log pre-log system. So, actually sequence rule consists of 4 different sets of rules, according to which we can say that the molecule which configuration a molecule is having. Okay. So, we will go through those rules one by one. So, first of all rule 1. First of all rule 1. So, the rule 1 of the sequence rule state that we have to give the priority to the attached groups or the atom to the centrally chiral carbon. Okay. Those atoms will be given priority on the basis of their atomic number. So, as you can see in the examples, we are having a molecule. Okay. So, on the basis of atomic number, we are giving the priority. This particular carbon is achiral carbon, because it is attached with 4 different sets of groups, that is iodine, that is iodine, that is iodine, then bromine, then that is chlorine and hydrogen. So, we know that the molecular or the atomic number of the iodine is highest. So, it is given priority 1. Okay. Then we give the priority to the bromine, then the chlorine is there, and then last hydrogen. So, on the basis of atomic number, we are providing the priorities to the attached groups or the atoms to the centrally chiral carbon. So, iodine is having first priority, bromine is having the second priority, chlorine is having the third priority, and hydrogen is having lowest priority, that is 4. So, after assigning the priorities, what we have to do is we just keep the group of lowest priority away from the observer, away from our eyes, and just observe that in which direction our retina is rotating when we are going from the group of highest priority to the group of lowest priority, that is third. We are not supposed to take the account of the group of lowest priority, that is hydrogen. So, here you can see when we keep the molecule away from the observer, means me itself, and see the molecules, my eye rotate from this direction to this direction. Okay, means clockwise direction. It means when we see that the rotation of eyeballs is in the clockwise direction, then the R will be assigned to the molecule. If the rotation of eyeball is in the anti-clockwise direction, then S terms will be assigned, or S prefix will be assigned to the molecule. Okay. Now, again the second rule of the sequence rule state that if 2 or more of the atoms that are bonded directly to the chiral centers are on the same, then priorities will be given to these groups based on their next set of the atoms, means atom adjacent directly to the bonded atoms. Okay. For example, here you can see this carbon is chiral carbon, this carbon is having chlorine, hydrogen, again carbon and carbon. So, two same type of group is attached to this particular chiral carbon. Okay. this is methyl carbon, this is the ethyl carbon. So, if we are going to give the priority, then first of all we know that the molecular or the atomic number of the chlorine is highest. So, it is giving the first priority. Then for the second priority, we take care that there are 2 carbon, one and this methyl carbon and the ethyl carbon and the hydrogen. So, hydrogen is the least atomic number, it is giving the last priority. So, now there is a confusion in giving the second and the third priority, because both the carbon having the same atomic number. So, at that time we have to take care that what is the adjacent atom attached to those carbons. So, here this carbon is attached with the 3 hydrogens. Okay. This ethyl carbon is attached with the 2 hydrogens and 1 methyl groups. Okay. Now, when we add the atomic number of the adjacent groups, here 3, here 1 and 10. Okay. So, this carbon, because the adjacent groups having more atomic number. So, this ethyl carbon giving the second priority, while this methyl carbon will be given third priority. Okay. Now, again we have to follow the same procedure. We kept the group of lowest priority away from the observer, away from my eyes, and just observe the rotation of my eyeballs, okay, from the group of highest priority to the group of lowest priority, that is third, means we have to here. So, it is anti-clockwise. So, we have assigned S for this particular molecules. Okay. A larger groups means the group which with more atoms may not necessarily have the highest priority over another smaller groups. Okay. It is simplest thing you can understand, means CH2Cl has the highest priority than this, because here the carbon group is attached with 2 hydrogen and 1 chlorine. Here this carbon is attached with 2 hydrogen and 1 adjacent. Please taken care, adjacent here. So, the sum of atomic number is higher in this CH2Cl group than this. Okay. So, priority will be given with to this carbon. So, rule number 3, atom participating in the double or triple bonds are considered to the bonded to the equivalent number of similar phantom atoms by the single bonds. Phantom atom means the atoms which are not visible, means I mean to say that if C double bond oxygen is there, okay, it will treated as carbon is bonded to 2 oxygens. Okay. If C triple bond C is there, it means C is bonded to 3 carbon atoms. If C triple bond N is there, it means C is bonded to 3 nitrogen atom. Okay. So, at that time we have to take the account of all these 3 or 2 adjacent atoms when we are going to prioritize the particular atom. So, atom participating in a double or triple bonds are considered to be bonded to an equivalent number of similar phantom because it is not visible atom by a single bonds. Phantom atoms are bonded to no other atoms. Okay. Rule number 4, in Fischer production representations, orient the molecules so that the last priority group must be on the lower end of the vertical line. If a lower priority group on the horizontal line or upper side of vertical line, then to bring the group on a vertical line to do 2 mutual exchange of the group, so that the least priority group come to the lower end of the vertical line. Very important friends. Yeah. Please see the examples. Okay. There is a molecules. Okay. Now, we are going to assign the priorities. So, this is the chiral carbon. Okay. This is the chiral carbon, and chiral carbon is attached to oxygen, attached to hydrogen, attached to carbon, attached to the carbon which is double bonded to the oxygen. Here this is bonded to the OH, this is OH. So, when we are going to give the priority, so we know that oxygen is having the highest atomic number. So, it is given the priority 1. Then 2 carbons are there, but 1 carbon is double bonded to the oxygen. So, second priority will be given here, third priority given will be here, and fourth is the hydrogen. So, likewise this but if the lower priority group on horizontal line or upper side on the vertical line, then to bring the group onto the vertical line, due to mutual exchange, we have to do the mutual exchange of groups, so that the least priority group come to the lower end of the vertical line. So, please here you can see there we after the mutual exchange of the groups, this is the priority priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, priority 4. This is the R glyceraldehyde. If rotation is clockwise, R configuration is rotation is anticlockwise, that is S configuration. Here fourth group pointing back, okay, pointing back. So, ultimately R configuration is there. Rule 5 state that after giving priority order for a group at asymmetric center, if priority direction is clockwise, the configuration is specified as R. Okay. R is coming from the Latin word rectus, it means right direction. Rotation is occurring in the right direction. Okay. If anti-clockwise, the configuration is specified as, again S is coming from the Latin word sinister, it means left, means rotation occurring in the left direction. So, here you can see rotation is in anti-clockwise. So, S configuration is there. If rotation is in clockwise direction, S configuration is there. Okay. Rule number 6, orient the molecule in space so that the lowest priority groups 4 is directed away from you. So, in the starting I have told you that when we are going to give the priority, we have to keep the group of lowest priority away from the observer. Means if there is a carbon and this is the group attached to that chiral carbon, then whenever I go to assign the priority, the group of lowest priority will be kept away from the observer, like this. This is away from the observer. So, remaining 3 group will be considered for giving remaining 3 group, means 1 to 3 will be considered when we observe the rotation clockwise or anti clockwise direction. Okay. The next configuration system is known as the relative configuration system. It is also known as the DL nomenclature system. Please again I want to remind you that please do not confuse with the small d and small l. Okay. Small d and small l reflect the direction of the rotation in optical active compounds of plane polarized light. Okay. If the plane polarized light direction in right side, it is termed as small d or plus. If the molecules rotate the plane polarized light into left side, then the molecule is termed as the L or the minus. Okay. While here we are discussing about the relative configuration system, where we are using capital D and capital L. Okay. So, this DL is telling us about the arrangement of the atom or group in the space, while this small d and small l is telling us about the rotation of the plane polarized light by in optical active compounds. The DL nomenclature is the oldest nomenclature system for the enantiomer. In this nomenclature system, the configuration of all the compounds were given with the relation with glyceraldehyde. Glyceraldehyde molecules is the lowest possible carbohydrate, where the configuration of the glyceraldehyde molecule is taken as the arbitrary standards. Means whatever molecules we are talking about, that molecules is you can say relate with the molecules of glyceraldehyde. Okay. The arrangement of the molecule of that particular molecules will be relate with the arrangement of the molecules in the glyceraldehyde. Again, I want to tell you that glyceraldehyde is the lowest possible molecules which remain in the two different form, that is R glyceraldehydes, D glyceraldehyde or the L glyceraldehydes. Okay. So, in D glyceraldehyde, the I will tell you one by one. According to this nomenclature, if in glyceraldehyde molecule, the OH group on the right side and H on the left, the CHO and CH2 group being on the top of the bottom. Like suppose this is the this is the two isomers of the glyceraldehyde. Okay. Here you can see CHO group is present on the top, CH2 OH group is present on the bottom, while H and OH group is present on either side. Okay. So, two types of isomers is present. The only difference is the arrangement of the hydroxyl group and the hydrogen group on the second carbon. So, in the glyceraldehyde molecules where the OH group present on the right side will designate as D. If the OH group is present on the left side, will designate as the L, capital L. Okay. Here you can see, if OH group is on the right side, that is known as the diglyceraldehyde. Plus signs denote the optical rotation caused by the diglyceraldehyde, means this molecule rotate the plane polarized into the right directions. The second isomer is the L glyceraldehyde. Here again this is the plus, means dextrorotatory molecules, L here because OH is present on the left side, here OH is present on the right side. So, the molecules for which we want to know the configuration, that molecule will be compared with the diglyceraldehyde or the L glyceraldehyde. Okay. Any compound that can be prepared or converted to the diglyceraldehyde will be belong to the D series. Okay. Whereas, any compound that can be prepared or converted to the L glyceraldehyde will belong to the L series. In simplest way, we just compare the arrangement of the atoms on the second carbon from the bottom. If a molecule is having the same arrangement as like in diglyceraldehyde, that molecule is known as the D molecules. Okay. If the molecule is having the same arrangement on the second carbon as in L glyceraldehyde, that molecule is known as the L molecules. Okay. Here you can see this is diglyceraldehyde. Okay. Oxidation occur and after that reduction occur, and from diglyceraldehydes we are getting lactic acid. So, as per the rule, this lactic acid is having the same configuration, means this is having the same configuration on the second carbon as the diglyceraldehyde having. Okay. Remember, there is no correlation between DL designation and the sign of rotation, as I told you. Sign of rotation matlab D and L. D form isomer may be levorotatory and L form of isomer may be dextrorotatory and vice versa. The DL nomenclature is limited to the compound that can be prepared or converted from the glyceraldehyde. It is limited to only one chiral atom. So, this is about the sequence rule and the relative and absolute configuration system. So, I hope you have enjoyed this lecture. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, students. In the next lecture, we are talking about the another aspects of the optical isomerism. So, thank you. Have a nice day.